Let's talk about cloud innovation in Europe and why unicorns are only for kids. So I'm Greg Adam, I'm the CEO of CleverCloud, and I'm very happy to be there because what is cloud? Cloud is basically infrastructure, software, and service bundled together, and that's why we're cloud. And right now, what we see is more and more managed service. The more and more managed service you see becomes that the part of the software and the overall stack is growing among each other. So that means that infrastructure is just a byproduct of the software. The most problematic thinking we have in Europe about cloud is infrastructure. If cloud was infrastructure, the leader of cloud computing today were AOL or Verizon. No. It's only software companies that leading the cloud computing industry because it's software that we use. Because cloud is what? Cloud is identity. The identity access management of cloud is a keystone of everything on the cloud because cloud is accountability. Who did what when? It's the first question we have on cloud, is the ability to understand who did what when. The second thing is cloud is a one-stop shop. Before, technology center on the enterprise have many providers and stuff. After the cloud, they have one-stop shop. So one-stop shop is the most important stuff because the myth is Amazon does everything. This is false. Amazon have many providers, but they resell each other. That's why marketplace and federation is so important because no one can be the giant. Just remember even the GAFA depend on each other. Today, 30% of the beneficiary of Apple is a Google invoice. Just remember about that. We need to structure together because one-stop shop doesn't mean you do everything yourself, but only you package stuff to be a reseller. The only thing is cloud is an API and unified user interface. And what's important around that is the ability to package what I think to the one-stop shop because at the end the cloud is the directory of the IT system. That's why it's important. And then comes the product. Cloud is not virtual machine. Cloud is not network. Cloud is not storage. Cloud is identity, accountability, directory, unified UI, one-stop shop. And after, the product will change. Cloud is the industrial organization of the IT, and we always did that. And after, the product will evolve. Innovative products are very important in the cloud industry. That's why today, most of the cloud providers in Europe are below the growth of the market and losing market share because the products are shit. Building something which is putting VMware on top of HP and Dell is not building a product. It's just reselling BTV and electricity. If you doing some stuff that actually get some market share, build innovative product. Innovative product means have proficient technology. That means you know how the technology works, it's yours. You understand how the user will use it, and you're able to build innovative stuff on top of that. And the first thing to understand about that is the main stuff about cloud is untying the hardware and the usage. And for this, we're using something called virtualization. Virtualization is not VMware or VirtualBox, it's not virtual machine. Virtualization is the virtual extension in the kernel ability to untie different operating systems on the same layer of hardware. It's a low-level framework to be able to decouple the different things working there. And for this, we require skills. Skills is the only way we will gain market share in Europe and in the world. And to have the skills, we need European skills. Today, the most proficient contribution on the open source are coming from Europe. The most developers in artificial intelligence are coming from Europe. Europe is actually the brain behind the IT and did not take the market because we didn't sell it. That's a shame. And that's why it's so important right now where the cloud needs to shift to a green way, because we need resupply, we need R, we need many ways. We need to get back to this basis. We have the best university and school around that. And we need to use the brain we have. I used to say in the ministry in France that in the valley there is more than 150,000 French. Basically, it's a French behind every project in the valley. Why? Because we have École Normale Supérieure. And every artificial intelligence project you have École Normale Supérieure student. Same thing for the University of Bologna, which have basically invented functional programming. So that's why it's so important that we work together at making the European skills and European alliance. The power of the partnership of synergy is very important because the collaborative innovation, making the strategic maintenance. As I said, GAFA partner together, Google making a lot of revenues for Apple. We need to do the same in Europe, partner together, resell, build up technology together, because it's important for fueling the technological investments, using open source foundation in Europe, like for example, we get the Eclipse Foundation back in Europe, in the European law. We need to build up around that. We need to build a strategic autonomy to build a robust ecosystem that support local champions and not dismiss them. We need to provide an alternative to it, through a collective effort and not thinking we will build one unicorn. There is no one unicorn. We have European technology working together to have a cultural and ethical alignment around our technology. We will not adapt American technology to our ethical and vision around data privacy technology. We will build our own technology built on our culture, which is the luminary centuries culture around the philosopher and stuff like that. It's that's what's important for the environment, responsibility and sustainability of our future, and for the democracy of our future. European product by the European way. Edge computing, 5G, hybrid, multi-cloud spaces. This is a strategy we need to have. Just think a little bit of what's happening with VMware is acquired by Broadcom. It's basically the people inside the company who have all buy VMware that have built the situation. They build the monopoly in them. That's exactly what happened. So we need to build together another thing. That's why we need regulation. First, EUCS. EUCS, the schema around cloud technology, is something that France is making an effort to be sure that every high-level information will be stored in an infrastructure which is not resuming at extra nationality laws. Today, French is a law. We postponed the decision, but right now we need help, and we need help from Italy, because we all know that the Germans are working for the USA here. So we need help from Italy in the EUCS schema right now, because it's important to fight for a real possibility in Europe.
Thank you. 5 minutes.
Second, the making of international law applied. I have the pleasure to lead something called Open Internet Project. We're making Google pay billions and billions of fines every year because they didn't respect the law. Help us making the law apply. Why are we going all to the International Trade Organization if no one makes the US apply the law of international commerce? It's important that the trade law at international level are respected. And that's why we have done the browser in Android, in Google Shopping is important here because we need to make them comply by the law, which is made by the citizen voting for people in a few weeks, for example, in the European. Next thing, public buying, private buying. The Small Business Act and the Buy European Act is the only way you will develop companies in Europe that have the sustainability to build the technology of European. Every company with a certain amount need to buy a certain amount of European technology to fuel a real ecosystem. That's why it's so important. Basically, if you work with European on a share of your market, you feedback them that making them progress, you do not create monopoly and you do not have the VMware situation we know today. That's why we need to always work with you. Think about industrial. When you are an industry, you provider, you have third line, three line of providing for your products. Why in industry like technology, we all think that having one provider is a good idea. It's never a good idea. You need to build your provision like exactly the same thing like industry with many things. That's why we are very proud at CleverCloud to say we have many contributions to the cloud innovation. Because CleverCloud is a company that is nearly 15 years old now. We have customers in more than 120 countries. But more, what is important is what we're building in Europe is unique product, and that's why it's key innovation service. But why it's working? Because we have tech partnership. One of our best partnership in technology is the one with Vates. Is the one that Vates and we have built with Cyber, with ZDML, with Calvin, with 2 We actually are building the whole industry around cloud and virtualization in Europe right now with these few companies. That's why we need to work together at building something important. And large company coming, Dassault system is coming. For example, on the identity access management, the standard we built with Biscuit is not managed by Dassault. And Docker Post is wanted to enter in the potential project, which is just the identity of every European. That means that some people working well can grow. So what is the future? Creating project around privacy, creating our own skills, to be able to deploy what's important and high, which is respectful of privacy and the data of the people. Do not mistake, technological wave end exists. Each time you say, oh, we lose these waves, we will take a second. First, we have a cultural problem. Nobody here is a surfer. Surfer is for California. Let Apple, Google, Facebook be surfers. We are European. We dress well, we love art, and we're eating pasta, okay? There is no waste. It's an industrial value chain. Industrial value chain means that we need to take back from the beginning what we missed. But we have something important here. We can leverage the law of accelerated rollback or return to win back. That means that the people in this room are way more faster than the people that make the team the first to build back a new stack which will be the cloud of Europe.
Please conclude.
Thank you very much. What you need, we're here to answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much.